So I've now watched up to episode 6, and I still really like this new Voltron. Welcome back to the heart of the stories we tell, where I'm geeking out with a mixture of nostalgia and immaturity on the new Netflix series brought to you by the same team that made Legends of Korra. I touched on this when I reviewed the first episode, but the fact that the DreamWorks logo of a half moon starts off as a full moon, then Voltron cuts it in half, is awesome. It's a great way to start each episode, and it's a GIF that just is begging to be made. So, now at the halfway point of Season 1, I want to warn everyone that I'm going fully spoiler here, so feel free not to watch if you haven't caught up to at least episode 6 and don't want my guesses as to what's coming next. And I'm going to start off by congratulating myself. I was able to put together a mystery that was probably meant to be foreshadowed for a 5th grader. Episode 4 and 5 confirm my tinfoil hat theory that Pidge is in fact a girl. The picture isn't him with his girlfriend, but her with her brother. Alright, so I want to set up some sort of pattern for these reviews, and since I'm a stickler for the classic, I think we're going to start with The Good. The Good. I love the Bayards. They let the paladins be awesome outside of their lions. They're obviously based on the weapons that they had in Voltron Force. I can't remember if those were called Bayards as well, but I liked them there. I like them even more here. Like the shields that they can all produce on their other hand as well. It's a little convenient that the only one missing their Bayard is the guy who has the robo arm, but I bet that's going to show up sooner or later too. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Haggard has the missing Bayard. But I'll go into that another time. Number 2, I got my nostalgia throwback. Activate interlocks. Dinotherms connected. It was for the castle launch instead of the ships, but it was still pretty cool. And number 3, so far I get the feeling that the writers may actually realize that having one big hero, well, one big mecha, isn't really enough to win a war. Maybe it gets worse, but so far it appears that the fact that it's an enemy empire has played an important part. We'll see going forward. The bad. Not much to complain about, but the Galaxy Garrison seems to be unable to leave the Sol system, and that's a large downgrade from every other series we've seen of Voltron. Makes the humans seem a little odd man out. Are there only a couple of spacefaring races with hyperdrives and wormholes? As the series goes on, I hope we'll see more of that. But when we get to what I want to see, I'm going to mention the Garrison again. The ugly. I mentioned this in my first video, but Allura isn't a princess. Her father is dead, and when the king dies, their oldest child becomes king or queen most times. But for some reason they kept this Disney, nope, princess thing. And I don't understand why, with everything else. But maybe that's just they wanted the throwback name of princess. So what are my hopes? Well, I really want to see the Galaxy Alliance, Galaxy Garrison matter. And I may have a way for it to work. Remember, the bad guys have fleets, and the heroes have 5 lions and a castle ship. And already that's proven to be difficult. So I'd love to see those pirate mercs come back with some friends, maybe have all of them make it to Earth, share some tech, and start building an actual alliance. We've seen lots of good-looking aliens that are awesomely not just humans. Maybe an alliance could actually look like an alliance this time. My second hope is, since the last animated series that these guys made had some really good shades of gray, if they do something like my last one, I'd really love to see them do their version of Sky Marshal Wade from Voltron Force. A villain that's not a villain. And the third thing I really hope to see is Lotor, but that's just my nostalgia talking. In conclusion, with 6 episodes in, I'm still really happy about the series, and will definitely check it back in with you all when I finish it. However, I want to leave you guys with just a couple of predictions. The bad guys seem to be led by strength, so I'm guessing that the king is going to be able to go toe-to-toe with one, if not multiple, paladins. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if around episode 9 or 10, that's exactly what we see, the king fighting all of them. My second prediction is, now that Pidge is out, I bet she gets a little more girly by the end of the season. She may even change from that green suit to a pink suit, but I hope not. I really hope they keep to the idea that she's still the same character. Okay, well, when we finish the series, I'll talk a bit more about tropes and elements that went into it. For now, I hope you all enjoy it as much as I am. Tell me in the comments if you think I've missed anything in the way of Easter eggs or anything important going on. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this short little walk through the heart of the story of Voltron.